Hello and welcome. I'm Mr. Alex, a behavior resource teacher for the school district of Palm Beach County.
Hi, I'm Julie Scheffler. I'm also a behavior research teacher for the school district of Palm Beach County. We're going to talk to you today about self-care for caregivers, parents, or guardians. Self-care is a big topic that's come up lately due to the coronavirus and everybody sheltering at home. We're going to talk about what self-care entails, identify some strategies for self-care, and we have some nice resources to share with you for ongoing self-care. So what is self-care? Self-care is activities and practices that you do on a regular basis to reduce stress, and it helps your long-term health care and well-being. And self-care is necessary for effectiveness and success in your profession and personal commitments. And one of the things that I've learned through researching self-care for this presentation is we could all learn more about self-care. And I just want you to know that I am not an expert in self-care. I am learning. And in researching for this presentation, I learned a lot about what I could be doing. And we're going to share that with you today. So self-care is about well-being. It's taking care of your body and your mind, managing stress, honoring your emotional and spiritual needs, fostering and sustaining relationships, and trying to achieve a balance in your life. Not easy. So when you fly an airplane, the flight attendant always tells you to put your oxygen mask on first if you have to assist a child. And this is really an important rule or metaphor to think about to ensure survival, because if you run out of oxygen, you can't help anybody else with their oxygen mask. Or put more simply, if you're unconscious, you can't help anybody. So this is important for those who spend a great deal of time taking care of others, such as mothers and fathers, caregivers, doctors, nurses, and teachers, because taking care of others can easily deplete the caregiver and make it harder for the caregiver to stay healthy. So one of the things about self-care that a lot of moms say to me is that they feel guilty when they do it. But remember, you need to put your oxygen mask on first. You need to be healthy so you can care for others, and let go of the guilt. Self-care isn't selfish. And no one's self-care is the same. Brian's self-care may look very different than my self-care. Everyone's different and has their own specific demands and needs. So you have to decide what self-care means to you.
Self-care topics: healthy eating, physical activity, reducing stress, assertiveness, mindfulness, relaxation, and being good to yourself. We will discuss these topics over the next few slides. Healthy eating. When busy and stressed, many of us skip meals or eat on the run. We need to make a conscious effort to feed your body properly, which in turn feeds your mind. Think of it as a car. If we don't take care of the car and the maintenance of the car, it'll stop running or it'll run down. Our body is the same way. It's easier than you think to start eating healthy. Take small steps each week to improve your nutrition and move toward a healthier you.
Hey, Brian, can I just jump in here?
Absolutely.
One of these things about keeping your body nourished and eating is not skipping meals, because I've heard that, you know how you go all day and you're busy, 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 and you don't eat until the day is over? It's like putting gas in your car at the end of your trip.
And if there's no gas to get to the end of the trip, there's a problem.
Exactly, exactly.
Physical activity. Getting regular physical exercise and taking steps to protect yourself from contracting colds and flu bugs, especially now during the coronavirus, are fundamental aspects of self-care. 6 benefits of physical activity are: Exercise controls weight, and with us staying home or staying in place, it's very difficult to control that. It combats health conditions and diseases. It improves moods. It boosts energy. It promotes better sleep. And exercise can be fun and social as long as we do it at this time at a social distance. Physical activity helps increase endorphins, which are neurochemicals that boost your mood and general feeling of well-being. Generally, after exercise, you feel good. You may be tired, but you do feel good. We need to reduce stress. Everyone has stress in their life. Stress symptoms can affect your body, your thoughts, your feelings, and your behavior. Being able to recognize common stress symptoms can help you manage the stress themselves. There are many ways to reduce stress, and some of them only take a few moments. These are some ways that you can reduce stress. Again, exercise. Working out regularly is one of the best ways to relax your body and mind. Relax your muscles. When you're stressed, your muscles tend to get tense. If you can relax them, it's going to make you easier to reduce the stress. Deep breathing. Stopping and taking a few deep breaths can take the pressure off. Eating well. Eating a regular, well-balanced diet will help you feel better in general. Talk about your problems. Talk to family members, friends, a trusted clergyman, your doctor, a therapist, or anyone that you can trust that will help you reduce your stress.
Brian, I just want to jump in here and remind everybody that we have provided a handout for self-care resources for parents and caregivers. And at the very top of the page, there's a link, and it's called Discover Self-Care Toolkit. And it has some really great ideas on how to do the deep breathing, how to do muscle relaxation exercises. It's very specific. So if you're interested in doing that, take a look at that website.
Schedule downtime for yourself. You always make time for downtime to allow yourself to relax and decompress. It's not selfish, as Miss Scheffler said earlier in the presentation, to take time out for yourself. You can't be a help to others if you aren't healthy yourself. Do something that helps you relax, whether that means meditating, reading a book, binge watching your favorite TV show, cooking, whatever it does that allows you to relax is something that you should do. Assertiveness. Assertiveness is not aggressive. Assertiveness is being assured and confident without being aggressive. Learning to be assertive is tremendously important for your emotional well-being. Being assertive creates less anxiety and depression and allows for greater self-esteem and improves the relationships with everyone. Assertiveness enables direct and honest communication and important boundary setting.
So learning how to relax is vital for self-care. Relaxation lowers the risk for depression and anxiety and high blood pressure, heart attacks, and other heart-related problems. And as I said before, on the handout we provided, there are step-by-step instructions on how to use deep muscle relaxation and visual imagery to ease tension and increase relaxation. And a quote we found that we thought was very applicable is, if I didn't learn how to rest my body would take a permanent rest.
Sleep. Sleep is very important in self-care. Insomnia and sleep deprivation are linked to attention problems, anxiety, and depression. You should try to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Avoid caffeine, electronics, and exercise in the evening, which will all keep you up at night. Especially if you use your phone or electronics. The blue light, they say, takes 40 minutes for it to dissipate if you've been looking at it prior to going to sleep. Keep your bedroom at a comfortable temperature and free of distractions to try and improve both sleep quality, and quantity. Be good to yourself. Enjoy simple, everyday pleasures. It will brighten each day. Live in the present rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Feel your feelings and express them in healthy ways. Laugh more. It's one of the best ways to reduce tension.
So one of the things I think is really important for self-care too, and I think as mothers, I'm going to speak for mothers, we're not very good at this, and that's asking for help. It's okay to tell family members and friends what you need. It's frustrating, I know, because we want people to just sort of anticipate our needs, but that doesn't happen. Our relatives or friends or spouses, they don't always know what we want. If we ask them for help specifically, we're more likely to get it. And it's magical thinking that somebody should just know what help you need, because nobody can read your mind. And I have a little story to share here. I was caring for my mother who was very sick, and we were alone at her house for a long time. And I was getting really overwhelmed. And I called my brother who lived nearby, and I said, I need help. I don't even know what kind of help I need, but I need help. And just him and his family coming over to visit for the evening was a huge lift off my shoulders. It was a break in the monotony and a distraction from the difficult times that we were going through. So even if you ask for help, but you're not sure what you want, just by verbalizing that you need help sometimes can help people to understand what you need more. So we have included this fun quarantine self-care bingo game. It's a handout that's available with this presentation. It should print out in color if you want to print it out. You could hang it on your fridge or on the wall and just try to check off all the self-care activities that you do through the day or across the week.
If needed, there are local resources such as an employee assistance program, EAP, that your employer may have short-term counseling on all aspects of life, potentially at no cost to you. You can reach out to your primary care physician, or you could even reach out to your local clergy.
So we have even more local resources. It's perfectly normal to feel overwhelmed, and you're going to talk to your family and friends. If you need more options for professional help in our area, we also have the 211 helpline. So if you call 211, you can speak to somebody who's a highly trained resource specialist. They deal with crisis. They can give you information. If you need some community services, if you don't have food or things like that, if you call 211, they will point you in the direction of where to get help. Also in our area, we have mobile response teams. So this is when, if you or a loved one are having a mental health crisis, and what that means is if somebody becomes suicidal, if they talk about not being alive anymore, if they make threats of self-harm, you would want to call a mobile response team to come and help either yourself or that person. And the mobile response teams are divided up by area. So there's a separate number for north, south, and west. And on this slide, it tells you where the boundaries are for those people to call.
Well, hopefully you were able to gather some information and will be able to utilize it if needed. So thank you very much, and stay tuned for more lessons to support social skills while learning from home.
Thank you. Take care of yourself.